All right, fellow patriots, welcome back to another Friday Mental Jujitsu. My name is Michael Buell, and I will be your sensei. Hiya! Ah. All right, guys, check it out. Got my tunfa with me. Built this tunfa just for this episode. All right, there are words of war. We've talked about that. The most powerful word, offensive word, attacking word is racist. You see how powerful it is? You see everybody, all Western societies have collapsed to this word attack, attack, attack you until you surrender your lands, surrender your birthright. The other defensive word. So that racist is the offensive word, and then the most powerful defensive word is anti-Semite. This is a brilliant word. This word is designed to silence you so you stop asking questions because eventually you're going to connect the dots and realize that the Zionists are not America's greatest ally. So that's an attack word and a defend word. Defending is the anti Semite, and attacking is the racist word. All right, so there are some weapons of war that are dual purpose, just like there are some words that are weapons of war that are dual purpose. So let me show you about these dual purpose words. Like the tunfa, it can be used to block and it can be used to attack. So this word, homophobe, that is a dual purpose word to defend and attack. It's used as a dual purpose offensive and defensive weapon. They will attack you for not complying. That's one of their methods. That's it, offensive method. And the defensive method is to protect something horrible. So let me show you. Offensively, they would say to you, if you don't show up to the LGBTQ after work alliance meeting, it must be because you're a homophobe. Not because, hey, man, I'm married, I got kids, I got to go to soccer practice. None of that. No, you're a homophobe because you did show up to the after work alliance. It's used defensively. What what's with that transvestite dude dressed as a demonic woman reading The Prince and the Prince to kindergartners for? That no, they're going to block you and say no. That's homophobic of you. Why does that bother you that there's a dude dressed as a demonic woman reading The Prince and the Prince to elementary age children? What is that about? So they'll use it as a defensive weapon to block you. If you were to say, hey, what's with these dudes walking up and down the pride parade buck naked when you know there's kids here? No, no, you're a homophobe. Incredible. All right, so here's another dual purpose weapon, offensive and defensive weapon. It's called Islamophobe. It works the same way. Offensive and defensive dual purpose weapon. Examples attack you for noticing. So if you start to notice something about these people, it's only because you're an Islamophobe. And of course, same as the other team, this team, left wing lunatic team, is to protect something horrible. So let's get into that. So offensively, if I were to say, I don't think Islam is Sharia law and the way they treat women is compatible with American values, laws, or our Constitution. Their offensive counter is, well, that's because you're an Islamophobe who hates brown people and other religions. Bam! They just attacked you. You're like, okay, well, check it out. It's kind of messed up how Islam is into weird child sexual perversions. So now they're going to bring up the blocker. They're going to block you on this one. That's because, like most of you Islamophobes, you don't understand the culture. Oh, man, they blocked me again. They got me. So let's go over some of that stuff. So, okay, left wing lunatics and Islam and their weird sexualizing children. What is that about? So if you think I'm lying, just stick with me for a moment. Let's talk about it. Left wing lunatics push the homo agenda on children. After 30 years of heavy brainwashing, we've got a population of LGBTQ plus of 9%. And that's heavy brainwashing on these people. Remember, this isn't the old school rainbow flag team that just wanted to get married. This new team wants to get naked in front of your kids. So this is a whole nother monster. All right. So of the 9% of these people, but there's 12% TV characters are gay. That's a 33.3333% overrepresentation. So they're pushing this stuff. 259 characters in children's television shows are some level, some form of gay. And this is a 2021 data that I found. And in it, it said, and it continues to grow. So I don't know what this number is today, but it's more than 12%, 259, I'm sure. Again, dudes dressed as demonic women reading The Prince of the Prince. I just don't understand that. What are you trying to do? You're trying to get our kids naked. Get out of here. Activist teachers and school boards. This is the worst. I can't believe how powerful these school boards prove to be. And they're going to hire all these activist teachers and they're going to continue to promote this stuff and put inappropriate books in the classrooms. What did the Nazis do to those books? Oh, they burned them. And you hated the Nazis for doing that. How weird are you? How weird are you that you want your school filled with this kind of nonsense? Burn that shit. All right, government support. Yeah, man, the president will proclaim a whole month for your sexuality. How bizarre is that? And they do it in the schools to sexualize the children. And veterans get one day. It's so disappointing. So disappointing. All right, sexualizing children. Yeah, when you got 50-year-old dudes walking around naked at pride parades. What is that about? If you were to go to your buddy's house, have a few drinks, watch the fights, and then walk home and you cut through the park and you go and take a leak in the bushes, a cop sees you, he could put you on some kind of sexual registry because you got your dick out in a children's park. But it's 2 in the morning and you're in the bushes. Yeah, but so that could get you in a lot of trouble. But walking around a pride parade, buck naked with kids everywhere, somehow that's cool. Make it make sense. It's like walking into the restaurant with your mask on and then sitting down with your mask off. Make it make sense. That's like locking you in your homes but letting the border wide open and they don't need masks or injections in their arms. 20 million just walk in. Make it make sense. All right, Islam, child sexual perversions. Let's go over this. These guys are pretty wacko. Well, their warlord, peace be upon him. They haven't declared war on America yet, have they? Is Islam trying to conquer us? If they're not trying to conquer us, they don't have a problem with them. But if they're trying to conquer us, we got to step up. You got to use your voice. All right, so he collected concubines and had a child bride. This dude married a 6-year-old little girl, realized that that's kind of young, so he decided to put her on the shelf to marinate for a little bit, but he could only wait 3 years. A 9-year-old is just a tall 6-year-old. There's no curves, there's no bumps, there's nothing there. It's a baby. It's a baby. So if your warlord, if your prophet, if your main character in your religion says it's okay, well, then the rest of you guys, it's okay for all of you. And that's exactly what happened. Every dynasty, every single caliphate after Muhammad participated in child sex slavery. They all had it. And you see it, it's still happening today. If you go to Europe, it's all the little white girls that are being sexually groomed. They sexualize children in Islam. Young white girls have always been the favorite. When they raid other lands and they bring in slaves, they're going to need slaves for all sorts of things. But the most popular slave was a young white girl. And then if you wanted to brown nose the Sultan, you want to give him some gifts. Young white girls were the preferred gifts to the Sultans. If you wanted to look like a baller, you got fat cash, you walk down the street, you have a couple of your little white concubine little slave girls with you. Everybody, oh, look how rich this guy is. So yeah, they were the most expensive. So they've always had a fascination for children, and they've always had a fascination for little white children. Stone Age beliefs, these guys in their Stone Age countries are still marrying little itty bitty girls off to 60-year-old dudes. This is still happening. This is acceptable in their religion. Okay, how about this fucked up one? Bakabazi. This is an event. This is where all the villagers get together and have little boys come and dance for them. And then the guest of honor, the dude at the end of the night, gets the little boy. Bakabazi literally means boy play. So the guest of honor at the end of the night will be playing with little boys. That is for real. And then, of course, the soldiers, they're warriors for Allah. If they die fighting for Allah, They get 72 virgins, and what do you think they are? You think they're 48-year-old virgins, 32-year-old virgins, 25-year-old virgins? I don't know. I don't know how young they come, but I'm assuming they come young since they like them all coming young. All right, guys, this is it. This is how it's happening. So the only way you can defeat this is by using your voice. Speak up against this. Don't let this in your schools. Don't let this in your community. Always remember to resist and assist. Uh. Boom, boom, I'm out.